Hello everybody, SirMonkeySuit here, back again. Okay, so we are on episode 12 of Haikyuu. Almost forgot that name of it there. Yeah, there's one thing I need to say actually, I need to pick up on because I didn't write it down and I remembered when I was editing the video what I wanted to say about it. So Yamaguchi, the guy who's kind of Tsukishima's like little sidekick guy, when they were playing the practice match against the neighborhood association, there was one person who could do like a jump floater serve thing, and Yamaguchi looked at it. Now, so like there was like a moment where like it came up on his face, and he was like he was like keeping the points scored, the scoreboard thing, and he was like kind of so like intrigued as to what had just happened that he forgot to put the point, like the point on the board. So I'm wondering if that's going to be Yamaguchi's thing, if he's going to be like a good server, if he's going to be able to do this like jump floater serve thing. Like maybe he's going to ask that guy to go like to teach him how to do that. So that like actually gives Yamaguchi like a something to like, you know, something that he's actually good at rather than just being like fairly average, which I imagine he is. So yeah, I just wanted to pick up on that. So yeah, we over the past few episodes or past couple of episodes, we had the team go up against the association, neighborhood association or whatever, just so Coach Ukai could get like an idea of how they play and whatnot. And upcoming is the match against Nekoma, which is their rivals. Now they've both both teams have went into decline. Now I imagine it's because of each other. Like one went down, so the other did. You know, very much fated rivals in that regard. Because if you don't have your rivals to push you forward and push it to be better, then inevitably you'll just gradually fade away. So yeah, that is that. And yeah, I don't think there's anything else to talk about really. So let's just get straight into it. Okay. Yeah, what I've noticed is the Karasuno, and look how dark it is. Jesus Christ. It's because it's absolutely shit out there. It's terrible. It's pouring down with rain. The sky is grey as it could ever get. It's the worst. Anyway. Yeah, so I'm noticing that Karasuno and Nekoma are literally like the same team. There's some differences there, like, you know, I think, everyone has their own counterpart, right? Like you saw there throughout the match that Shoyo and that sort of brown-haired spiky head guy that kept blocking his shots, you know what I mean? They're like you know what I mean, counterparts. You've got Kageyama and Kenma counterparts being the setters. You've got the two liberos that are, you know what I mean, strictly defensive, and they're both good. You've got Tanaka and that other guy who are, you know what I mean, overly zealous. You've got the two captains, which are exactly the same. And that's it, right? I think. But yeah, like they're so similar. Like at first I was like, is that really like at first I'm like, is that all? Am I all right with that? Because I don't want like, because I was thinking like maybe it's a cop out for characters, and maybe it's just like, you know what I mean, and instead of like creating like new characters, like with, you know, like differences, because I figure it'll be more interesting. I guess because they're the rival team, you know what I mean, it allows for the personal battles like to come when I imagine like the climactic ending of a tournament, I imagine will probably be like Karasuno versus Nekoma at some point, and it'll allow for those personal battles to come through, like the battles of the Libero, for example. You know what I mean? Like who can like receive at the right time and do the, like, you know what I mean, do the best for their team and stuff, and things like that. Kageyama, but he spiked the ball, and Tsukishima got a point in. It's like, yeah, that's like on the surface, that just seems like it's not even that like impressive. But like, it's because I wasn't expecting it. Like, because up until this point, they just play the rules. And then as soon as you see like Kageyama go to spike the ball that he hasn't done yet in this anime, and then he does it during a match, it's like, whoa. And Tsukishima as well, like, not spiking the ball but just tipping it over the top. You know what I mean? Making use of his height. As Kenma said, he is intelligent. Yeah. Nekama as a unit, like, while and this is where, you know, Karasuno, it, like, is a unit, like, because over the past episodes, like, the main focus of it has been, look, we're a team, we work together, we're not a one-man team, you know what I mean? We work to make each other better, you know? But, while I think that they are similar because of that, I think they are also different. They are different kinds of units. Like, Nekama, I feel like, is a unit that that is based off of experience, and it's a bit more concrete in its, like, in the style of play, whereas Karasuno feels like is more freeform, and they're more like, they've got like a more liquid style play where like they can just basically freestyle. You know what I mean? Like that's how I think it is anyway. I was expecting Hinata to like get discouraged there, but he ended up smiling. So yeah, he likes the challenge, which is good. I think, you know, the idea of being blocked by the quintessential, like, just like the basic volleyball wall, right? Being blocked by that, I can see how he can be a bit, you know, you can get disheartened from that. But with Hinata now having his own like style of like his own almost special move, you know what I mean? The like how he gets past the wall is that he just outruns them essentially, right? He just goes to a place where there is no wall, and if someone can match that, then you know what I mean. You know, you couldn't, for example, you couldn't just have the like that. You couldn't just have that kind of play throughout the whole anime, right? There has to be something that can make that keeps Shoyo growing, and how he changes his game up to basically, you know what I mean, have different styles depending on what his opponent's doing. So obviously, you know what I mean, that guy figured it out. I still think that it wasn't purely due to the fact that that guy just learned like what he was doing, like what Shoyo was doing, like over time, because Hinata still gets there first. So that guy had to have had just as quicker reflexes, if not faster. Because judging by where they were, you know what I mean? Interesting. I like how they're changing tactics now to obviously like to account for the fact that Shoyo was unable to get like score points, unable to get past that guy. So basically they're changing it up so Kageyama has to slow down the play, instead of it being him tossing it at full pace towards Shoyo's hand, where Shoyo can't control what's going to happen. He needs to slow it down so that Shoyo can actually aim it. Shoyo's done it once, and I'm sure he did it against Oikawa, right? He aimed. He was looking at the ball. That was the one and only time he actually looked and saw where he wanted the ball to go, right? And that was like a freak moment. But obviously he can't do that like all the time, especially at full pace. So, you know, he has, like, obviously Kageyama has to slow the ball down, so it gives show you more options as where the ball needs to go. And when he eventually did get it, he managed to put some fucking... Not only did he, instead of like, you know, because he was at one side of the court and he hit it towards the other side, like, you know, and there was curl on it as well. So if we're gonna start getting that, if we're gonna start getting like curl on the ball, then, you know, that's gonna have to come into play to like get out of the reach of those like liberos that can actually, like, you know, defend well. You're gonna have some kind of curl on the ball. So that's cool. Yeah, fucking interesting little episode. I think I can see where like this will end up eventually. This will end up like, I think the original Kochukai will come out of maybe not come out of retirement, maybe come out of retirement for like one match, maybe. Because they never got to face each other in a tournament, and I think it would be good. It would be nice for the story for them to actually have that moment of, you know, being able to face each other in a tournament. You know what I mean? Because they never got that. They only got practice matches. I tell you what is interesting though, the idea that even though out of every single match that these two have had together, Karasuno has never won. But they were practice matches. You know what I mean? The ones that count are the fucking ones that are actually truly competitive. So it would be an interesting thing if, you know, out of all the practice matches that they've had, yeah, Karasuno's never won, but the one match that was actually competitive and actually meant something, like Karasuno won, you know. It's that idea of, you know, it gives the Karasuno team the underdog story, you know what I mean? Like, oh, they're never going to win this. They've never won against Nekama, you know what I mean? And then they push through and win. And it kind of gives that idea of, you know what I mean, they play their best under pressure, and, you know what I mean, when the team needs it, that's when they, like, truly kind of go Super Saiyan and whatnot. So yeah, that was episode 12 of Haikyuu. So thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you all later. Bye bye.